All right, folks, so the next part of this is where I verify that each of the boards that I have created or assembled is functioning properly. So I have a test jig here that allows me to test them without having to install them, go through the whole soldering process and everything. Over here, this board is this represents a blade. The blades all have 4 segments in them, and each one of these LEDs represents one segment. And the way that the effects work is they are all one segment at a time, so I can tell that everything is working correctly. Just off camera here, I have a blade connected just with wires to an adapter, a hilt rather, and it does have a purple kyber crystal in it. But it is other than that, is a regular stock hilt. So I try to keep everything, so making sure that everything works when it arrives to the end customer. So as you'll notice here, I get the no blade inserted sound, right? Because there is no blade controller, so no blade. And I'll go ahead and connect the blade controller here. You'll notice it makes the same sound as when you would plug in a blade to a regular hilt. Okay. And there we go. So you saw the ignition sequence happen correctly, right? This would be segment 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see there, it's kind of purple. The color might not be coming through exactly perfect on the camera, but it is purple. So then I just make sure that it's not just acting as a stock controller by doing a quick on-off, right? So now we've been in color picker mode, and you'll notice here it's going to cycle through the colors, okay? And then I'll do that a few times. So this is I just picked that color, so, right, if I do it again, now it's going to go to fading, right? Now it's going to go fading by segment, right? And then rocket pop right at the end there, right? And then back to stock. And what I do here is I make sure that not only are the colors working, but the effects are working as well. So I'll do a little bit longer on off, turn it on, and then I see the blade flicker, I see the lights flickering. So I know that the stock configuration is taking the stock color and allowing me to do effects. So everything else should be working at the same as expected, right? So what I'll do is I'll cycle it back through in order to not leave it with an effect. Okay, so now we're back on stock and we're good. So I will turn it off, let it sit for a second, still connected to power and everything to make sure that the writing is going on to the chip now, so it does remember where it is. Because if I leave an effect on it, the first time you plug it in, even at home with a different kyber crystal or what have you, it's going to remember the effect that I left on it. And I've had people say, hey, my blade is flickering and I didn't program it to. And well, it's because I left the effect turned on accident. So I leave it there for about 10 seconds or so. After that, we're good. We can go ahead and disconnect. Okay, and then we're done testing the board.